you're over 50, you know this man for his smooth vocals and his remarkable ability to interpret various musical artists' hit songs in a way that you absolutely enjoy. Kenneth Gladden, otherwise known widely as Kenny G, has been in the music industry since his early days in Corozal. His initiation into music came in the strangest of ways. He was not discovered by anyone. He told us that he decided to try his voice at home in private and liked what he heard. And that was his starting point.
When school was out, I used to go do one part-time job with that U.S. Council with a little my man, Mr. Oak. Used to go do part-time job with him. And I get to buy a lead tape recorder, right? Where you could record your voice. And I used to put on the music and I record, and I used to sing along with the music, right? And I record the voice, then play it back, I listen to it, how he sung, I saw it in a tune. And I said, you know something, that sounds good, I think I should take it up. And then when people start to hear me, other musicians start to hear me and say, why, we don't want you to come sing with the band, you know.
That was back in Corozal when Gladden's singing career started. Those early performances took him to Chatamal and surrounding areas in the mid-80s. From there, he moved to Belize City, where the Santino's Messenger's Baby Band and the Lord Rhaburn Combo, at another point, were familiar weekend songs with Kenny G.
That was the late 80s, because that's when we found Messenger's Baby, Santino's Messenger's Baby. That was in the late 80s. I would have said about 88, 89.
When you were main vocalist?
Yes, I was the main vocalist.
When you had hair?
When I had hair, black hair.
Gladden says his first inspiration was his father.
I was inspired, firstly, by my father, because my father is a great late Rudolph Gladden. They used to call him Chuck because they say he take up a Chuck Pender. I have never seen my father perform in full until the later days of his life, when he came back to Belize from New York. So, but I was inspired by him because everybody tell me, why how great your father was, right? Why your papa bad? Man like Evan X-Hyde used to say, why your father bad man? And Bismarck and all these guys, they had known my father back then. They tell me how good he was, right?
And while you may have heard his mellow voice performing to one of your favorite artists' songs, you probably didn't know that Kenny G is the lyricist behind that popular Guana Tale.
A hungry, what you want? A hungry, what you want? The rice and beans, me no want that. The rice and beans, me no want that. The ox there, me no want that. The ox there, me no want that. The couple soup, me no want that. The couple soup, me no want that. What you want? Give me the guana tail, guana tail, guana tail, guana tail, guana tail, guana tail. Give me the guana tail.
You wrote that?
Yes. I make that song when we got Bermuda landing. I say this girl just like the dance front of we, right? And she just fling like she fling one tail, right? I said, this place I know the guana and the tail and I think they whop wrong. And this girl behind just go like guana tail. I say, all right, go then. Right there you start.
But live music entertainment has transitioned since the 80s. Now live bands face challenges getting jobs because people oftentimes opt for the cheaper priced DJ entertainment. But Gladden, who has his own new creation band, now says he will keep the band going, and he is doing what he can through his own music to keep the Belizean music industry alive. And he has the support of the director of the Institute of Creative Arts, Kim Vasquez.
We really have to look at musicians like Kenny Gladden, who are musicians that back a lot of what we call the living legends or the well-known musicians. And so we tend to not remember them as often as we should. But he does, in fact, have his own band, the New Creation Band. And he does, in fact, do a really good job of promoting Belizean music, of covering the music of other musicians, and keeping Belizean culture alive in his own way.
By keeping our legends alive, it paved the way for youths, in the sense that the youth will say, okay, we never know that Ben McCoy may do that song. Then we hear it, but we don't know that Ben McCoy do that song. Or we never know that Lord Rhaburn do that song. So by keeping these legends in the forefront, pave the way for the youths then to say, well, okay, so we could take one page out of Lord Rhaburn book and we could do for we think just like Lord Rhaburn.
If you would like Kenny G and the New Creation Band to play at your special event, you can contact him at 625-0064. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.